Everybody, and welcome. If you are new here, I'm Javon Gray, and I help high achieving women escape the anxiety matrix. So, those loops that are exhausting, right? That cause overthinking, emotional reactivity, and stress driven burnout, so that they can finally enjoy the life that they've worked so hard to build. And today, I am coming here to talk to you all about how to take the red pill for your mind. So I've been talking about the anxiety matrix now for a few weeks, um, leading up to the launch of Inner Revolution, which is a few weeks away. The biggest lie that the anxiety matrix tells you is that you have no control over your emotions, right? And if you think about how the anxiety works, right? The whole For anybody who's not familiar with the movie The Matrix, the the linking factor here is that there are there is a different reality that your body sometimes lives in than, or really for some of us it's all the time, right? Like almost every single second your body is living in a reality that is not um, real, right? Your body is giving you feedback about things that are not happening right now, things that are only going on in your head. And um, some of the things that perpetuate that state is like you thinking that you are your emotions, right? But you're not. You believe that your reactions are just who you are, and they're not. You feel stuck in stress, doubt, and frustration. And I mean, you don't know any other way. You're convinced that there's no way out. You're convinced that this is just how you are. And that's exactly how the anxiety matrix keeps you trapped, by making you believe that you don't have a choice. But here's the truth, right? You can break free. You just have to be willing to take the red pill. So drop red pill in the comments if you are ready to experience reality. Um, so First, I want to get into why most people stay stuck in the anxiety matrix. And so the first part of that is that they believe every thought that they have. So if you find yourself in a situation where, or in a lifestyle, right, a life pattern of thinking something and believing it with different fibers of your being, every fiber of your being, right? Um, it's like you have a thought, and it you tend to believe it, right? Even if you don't believe that it's true, you believe that you should listen to it. You believe that thinking that means something about you, etc. Um, so most of your thoughts aren't reality. Well, none of them are reality. Thoughts literally cannot be reality. They are um, signposts, placeholders, right? Descriptors of reality, but they literally cannot be reality. And we always get so hung up on them, right? Thoughts, words, images. We get really hung up on them, but they are not the thing. They're not the thing that they are trying to describe or trying to portray. Um, they are, and they're typically spawned by patterns that you've been conditioned into. So the second reason why people stay stuck in the anxiety matrix is that they let their emotions run the show. So you feel something, so it must mean something deep, right? And it's not always true, right? Emotions are signals, right? They're not facts. But the anxiety matrix convinces you to react as if they're absolute truth. This is where people really have a hard time distinguishing between um, anxiety and intuition. Um, and so the third reason why most people stay stuck in the anxiety matrix is because they believe that change is too hard, or impossible, right? Like, this is just who I am. I've always been like this. I tried to change before. I tried X, Y, or Z thing, and it did not work for me. These things are not truth, right? matrix programming, right? Designed to keep you from essentially waking up. And so, have you ever felt like you don't have any control over your emotions? If you have, drop a "that's me" in the comments. I really appreciate it. Oh, let me make sure I click that button. So this is releasing live. I don't know, Instagram. If you're just joining, thank you so much. Hey, I got somebody watching right now. If you are on Instagram, please just drop a smiley face or something in the chat. I just want to know where you're from, because I just clicked go live on Instagram. But okay. So in the second part of this, I want to get into what happens when you take the red pill. Like, what is it that I'm even talking about? So breaking free isn't about fixing yourself. It's about seeing the truth, right? When you step outside of the anxiety matrix, you realize that thoughts are just thoughts, not commands, right? That you stop letting your emotions control you, right? You learn to observe them, right? Instead of reacting to them immediately, and you reclaim your power. So you stop feeling like life is just happening to you. But waking up isn't always comfortable, right? And at first it might feel like you're losing your old identity, right? Like, I'm an overthinker, or I'm a planner, right? Like, we get stuck on those identifiers. But it can also feel like realizing how much your stress is self-created, right? And sometimes we don't want to see that, right? And it also might feel like facing those emotions that you are very much used to running away from, right? But once you break through, the freedom is like, it's a whole nother level of, it feels unreal. So how do you start rewiring your mind, right? Like, how do you take the red pill? So here are some things that you can do. So the first is to catch the thought before it catches you, right? So before you start reacting to something, you can pause and ask, is this thought real? Or is this some sort of conditioned loop, right? And you don't have to say the words in your mind or out loud. Just grow used to questioning, right? Being curious about the things that are going on, the thoughts that you're having. Then you can also be curious about the emotions that you're feeling it, right? Like, can you experience it without naming it? Can you let this emotion just pass without assigning it some sort of meaning about you or about a situation, right? And then the third is to decide to take action. And if you know that you are trapped in the anxiety matrix, why wouldn't you want to break free from that, right? And this is where inner revolution comes in. And so if you're tired of feeling trapped in your own mind, I do have a next step for you. Inside the inner revolution, I teach women exactly how to rewire their thoughts so that they stop falling into anxiety loops. I teach them how to master their emotions instead of being controlled by them. And we are working on taking internal and external action to create real, lasting change. And so if you are ready to take this red pill, then you want to DM me the word matrix, and I'll send you a link to join us. We are having the next couple of live streams will be a part of what I'm calling March Madness. So there are a total of 7 master classes or workshops. They alternate there are 7 of them, but they'll be covered over the next couple of weeks. So from March 24th through February 2nd, they're all going to be around lunchtime, Eastern Standard Time, for each of the 7 days that this event will span. And 2 of them, like I said, are going to be free, paid, and streamed here on my personal page. However, if you do want access to those other master classes and information about what topics are going to be covered, etc., I am going to drop the link in the comment section. So check that out, because that's coming up next week. And if you want to join, you're going to want to get your tickets today. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for listening to me. Listening to me rant and banter on today. I hope that your day has been magical and continues to be. Stay